Thanks everyone for taking your time out to join us for this special class. As you know, we normally do Networkers University on this day, but we have moved it to here. So I'm going to go ahead and get my slides up. And we haven't talked about blogging in a long time, so I thought now is the time to kind of revisit it. Even though for many folks, it's not a strategy that I would suggest for them right out of the gates for depending on kind of where you are in your marketing sequence. So like Hannah and Alan Sherapan, who I believe that's the Hannah that's with us. This is something that I would only layer on later on once folks are very good at prospecting. And then this would be sort of extra sides to that. So I want to really make sure that people have an understanding of that. Thanks again for joining. And we are going to talk about blogging reincarnated. They ask and you answer. So let me get my share up here. All right. So again, thanks for joining us for tonight's YFP 202 class. And we're going to cover blogging reincarnated, where they ask, meaning the world, and then you answer. And we wanted to really help you learn how to tap into the fast growing group of people that are searching for wellness solutions online. And with that said, also searching for work at home opportunities. Now, I think more than ever with the current situation that we're in. So the most successful Shaklee business builders really have mastered the art of cultivating relationships within their network and nurturing those connections into buyers and builders. And an important part of building relationships is sharing your own thoughts and uniqueness with the world. And your blog can be the digital platform where this is revealed. And I think that's a real important point. People are out there looking, okay, they're interested in what we offer, but they don't know you exist. And a blog is a real powerful tool to help you be found. People are out there constantly searching for something. And by posting on your blog, you allow yourself, your products, and your ideas to be discovered. And in this webinar, you'll discover how you can tap in to the fast-growing group of people online who are searching for solutions, wellness, and business, and how you can leverage them for your growth. So thanks again for taking the time out of your busy schedule to be part of this class. I know your time is valuable, so I'll be sure to make sure that this is worth your time. And this class is for you. If you're a distributor who wants more ways to be found online, wants to discover better tools for marketing your Shaklee business, believes that marketing can improve your success, and wants to improve your marketing skills. And if any of those apply to you, you're in the right place. So what are you going to learn on this webinar? Well, we're going to talk about what a blog is, what you should talk about, how frequently you should post, how to do it efficiently and effectively, and more. Now, a little bit about me, if you're not familiar with who I am. I'm Jody Steeg, or Coach Jode. I'm a tech and marketing advisor to Shaklee distributors. I'm a Shaklee kid. I actually relaunched my business in 2005 after starting and stopping when I was 18 until I relaunched in my early 30s. And I found success online by learning to develop an online marketing system with the help of my parents. And one of the things that I learned was that I needed to create content to prospect for leads and educate my customers and builders. And this is when I discovered the power of blogging. Now, you may wonder, why am I qualified to teach this class? Well, I built my first websites back in 2000. So I don't build websites anymore. I have a team that does it with me. But I built to director entirely online. I have over 15 years experience in technology, and I guess that's growing because this was written a couple years ago now. I have over 10,000 hours in marketing, which makes me an expert. I've helped Shaklee distributors attract more than 500,000 fans for their Facebook business pages. I've worked with hundreds of distributors to help them online. I work with master coordinators, presidential, lifetime, senior masters, all the way down to brand new people who don't even have a single customer. And I've done that for folks both offline and online. And I've developed a team that I work with of over 40 people who focus on creating digital marketing tools for Shaklee distributors. And part of that team is folks like Dr. Bruce Daggy, Shaklee's former chief science officer, Dr. Park, Dr. Browse, folks like that. So what is a blog? Well, a blog is a shortened version of the word web log, started by a young fella many years ago. And it's really was originally designed as an online journal or an informational website where you could go and read up on like, what's that person doing in their day? And it's evolved in many ways to this day, where now they have all sorts of formats. But what format would we be in? I'll talk about that in a moment. So why should you blog, though, as a distributor? Well, they refine your thoughts, I think, is one of the most important pieces. It allows folks to see your way of looking at things. And I feel your number one kind of success factor with a blog is how it helps you connect with other people, build a relationship. People get to know you, even though you don't know them, which is really important when you're prospecting. Let me give you an example of that. You could meet someone downtown, they hardly know you. You give them a business card, they go check out your website, and they look at your blog. And then they start reading some of your blog posts and your opinions on things and the way you see the world. And they really have an affinity to your thought process. Do you see how much more powerful it's going to be when you phone them up and say, hey, we had a great conversation at the bank. I'd love it if you could take a look at what it is that I'm doing. And they already like you and you've never even talked to them. And a blog can help with that. So they allow you to develop strong relationships with those who are already in your network or just becoming a part of your network. They give you an opportunity to influence those in your network. Blogs give introverts a voice. So this is really a powerful tool for those of you that aren't that comfortable talking to people. And I'm not saying that this gives you the ability now to not talk to people, but it's a great way to start kind of formulating some of your thoughts. And when you do talk to people, you'll actually come from a position of power. You'll feel more confident because you've already written some of your thoughts. So they're a little more well-defined. And it really does open up a world without borders. So blogs are really the kind of the heart of the internet, to be honest, because they're content oriented. And many of you might remember Shaklee even went out and enrolled a bunch of mommy bloggers in to talk about like when they first brought out what was then at the time Cinch and other product releases they've had. And people tend to trust a blogger over a company. And we'll talk about that. Now, as a new business owner, right? If you're just starting in Shaklee or if you've been in Shaklee for a long time, blogging can help you get to prospective clients and grab their attention. Without blogging, from a website perspective, your website really remains invisible, whereas running a blog makes you searchable and, of course, competitive. Here's some interesting stats about blogging. 77% of internet users read blog articles. Internet users in the US spend 3 times more time on blogs than they do on emails. And here's a beautiful thing. This is the way it works. You send an email to people that you're in connection with, and you send them where? To your blog. You write a little bit in the email, and then you write a lot on your blog. Blogs have been rated as the 5th most trusted source of accurate information online. 60% of people purchase a product after reading a blog post about it. And businesses that use blogs experience 126 higher lead growth than those who don't. So what should you talk about on your blog? Well, your ultimate objective is to establish a relationship with your readers and become a trusted voice. And a fellow named Marcus Sheridan, he's now, he called himself the sales lion, and he actually was running a failing pool business. Now it's different from network marketing, but it's still business who needs customers that would find him. And what he did is he started blogging about the many different things people would ask. That's why I said that this is about they ask, you answer. So one of the best ways to blog is go and look and see what are the kind of questions that people are writing about in your niche. And then you answer that in your blogs. So when they go look for that, they might find you. So your ultimate objective, again, is to establish that relationship with that trusted voice. And this is critical in business. This way you're attracting prospects to you instead of, now we don't like to chase people anyways, but we want inbound marketing as well as outbound. We'll say that. Okay. So prospecting is reaching out and encouraging people to take a look at what you're offering. Whereas inbound is you're putting something out there that someone sees like little cookie crumbs, right? Like Hansel and Gretel, and it draws them in your way. Now, there are a lot of different ways for you to approach individual blog posts. So when you're writing a blog, there's a lot of different ways to do it. And I find most Shaklee distributors, honestly, don't really do it very well. They tend to just become a brochure. And all they do is write about how wonderful Shaklee is, but they don't really put their like personal opinion on it, good, bad, and the ugly. People, especially if they know you're selling the products, they expect you to write that everything is wonderful. But they don't expect when you say, I really like this, but I got to tell you, this part didn't do so well for me, but I got over it, right? There's a way you can still talk about negative things, but in a way that's got a positive spin. So having a few main types of blog posts in mind that you want to use can be really helpful in starting to put together your strategy and content calendar. So here's some topics that you could tackle, like your personal background with occasional updates, news related to what you're trying to promote, information about your products and services, but from a more opinion-driven perspective, right? Not like my thing is 19 molecules or my scientists can beat up their scientists. That stuff is boring. What they want to hear about is some of the inner stuff and the way you think about it, right? Problems or issues that you can help resolve, which is really a big one. Tutorials related to what you're offering, firsthand experience or testimonials, and interviews with experts in your field. And I am curious to find out, I should ask, I guess we should have done a poll here, Anne, that was my fault. Or maybe you could even create a poll on the fly. Is that possible? And I'd love to hear from you guys. If I can get my little chat window to show up here. Where'd it go? There we go. Who here has actually got a blog? Go ahead and just type in the chat box if you have a blog, you're blogging, or you're trying to get back into blogging. One of the reasons that I actually created this webinar is there was some sort of a trend going on out there, which is blogging dead? And so I wanted to know, well, is it? So I dug into that because, we sell blogs. So I definitely want to know that. By the way, Amy Hagerup, if she's here, if that's the Amy that is answering, she's got a blog, done very well with her blog. Okay, many of you, yep. So Phyllis has a blog, but hasn't used it for a while. I had one, but couldn't keep it up. I'm going to restart it. One thing I will recommend, by the way, is that blogging doesn't mean you have to do all the writing. What I recommend you consider doing is make a video, create some bullet points, shoot a video, put that video on the blog. You can always outsource to someone to write some of the text from that video so that it's more search engine friendly. But you can see you can shoot a video a lot faster than all that writing stuff to do. I also highly recommend that you utilize a blog with someone helping you. So you do the writing and then you let someone else be the one who actually pastes the content. They put in the pretty pictures. They do all the layout and stuff like that. So it's definitely a few more bucks, but it makes life so much easier. And you're far more willing to blog when you can just simply put out your message and let someone else handle what I call formatting. And I see Nick. Good for you, Nick. Nice to see you there. Nick, in your practice, a blog is critical because Nick does massage, which is a little different than, traditional massage. So he needs to be able to explain what it is and why it is and the different modalities and all that kind of stuff. So there's really a lot of things that he could blog about. And in Nick's case, he's also a Shaklee distributor. So once they meet him and learn what a smart guy he is, then he can also reach out to these folks. And it'll be easier for him to convert them into a buyer or builder, or at least someone who will take a deeper look into what he's offering. So how to do it efficiently and effectively? Well, the key to success is being visible to people who are actively searching for what you offer. So quality over quantity is really critical. Now what they're talking about is some of the most powerful blog posts are the ones that I think they're called pillars. I can't remember the name of it, but they're really long posts. So it's not, some say, blog daily, and most of you will never be able to do that. So I don't subscribe to that way of thinking. I like to suggest one blog a week, or once a month at the lowest level. At least there's some consistency. But do know this, if you don't blog very often, you're not going to be indexed very much by the search engine. So you're really not going to be that search engine friendly. You really then need to make sure that your blog is promoted in your weekly emails. So that's really an important thing, because a lot of you think I got this blog, who's going to see it? Well, you make sure that on the emails that we're writing for you every week, You just put in a little blurb and a link to this week's blog post. We also integrate your blog with our newsletters we write on your behalf. Yes. So like Michael is saying, my mother and I love to write, but everything else takes up too much of our time. Yeah, I agree. All the other, exactly. All the formatting, the uploading, yeah, outsource that. That's my tip for you there. So make it easy to skim. If your blog is like small little words and it's like, not clear spacing, you're not bolding things, it's really hard to read all that. Aim for multimedia content. Definitely throw in a video with your text. Certainly better. Try to make your content unique. And this shouldn't say try. It really should say do. Your content has to be unique. It cannot be, you can't like scrape something you see in a Shackley brochure and paste that on your blog. I see a lot of people trying to do that. Absolute no, does not work. Google will de-index your blog. Just give you the slap if you try to do that, okay? Do respond to comments if your blog has a comment feature. The blogs that we offer do. Also make it easy to subscribe. And we offer that by what we do is we create great, powerful lead capture tools around the blog so that there's ways for them to subscribe. The bottom line is it doesn't really matter. A lot of you think like, how do they subscribe via the blog? It's not really via the blog that matters. Is getting to subscribe through the newsletter or downloading anything. Once they're on your email list, then every email that gets sent out every week, if you've got a blog post, you'll make sure you let them know about your blog post, okay? So, because a lot of people ask me like, I want the blog to help people subscribe, but it's not the blog it's the content that brings them there. And then you use widgets. So like a little thing on the side or a pop-up or another lead capture component, and then they sign up through that. Also, by the way, when you get people to register for one of your webinars, ta-da, you've also building your email list, and now you can let them know when you've got a new blog post. Now, I did want to mention this as well. There's several different types of Shackley distributors. So brand new builders, I'm going to recommend that your blogging is more about helping people find you from scratch and get to know who you are. Now, someone who's like a master coordinator, got a large organization, your blog might be more directed to your existing group. So your blogs are going to be maybe more Shackley focused and more success story oriented. It's more of like a team site, if you will, so that those in your organization are kept up to date on what's going on in that. So for example, with Bob Ferguson in his leadership team. So those are the kind of things that he might want to share, with the SharePans, Go People team, that's what they want to do. You can see Jennifer Glacken had done something like that, but she didn't ended up using a blog. She ended up turning it into stuff that's mainly hidden for the world to see. But the problem with that is that doesn't then become material that could attract people to her. So it's really only useful for someone if they're already in the business. So you just kind of got to think of where do you want your blog to fit in your funnel? Is it up there as a magnet to help you find people? Or is it more in the middle of the funnel to help educate your existing prospects or clients, etc.? So here's some of the obstacles to success. Well, number one is, should you even add it to your strategy? And let me tell you this, anybody who works with me in coaching, I would never have you start with blogging, okay? Not to say it's wrong, it's just not what I would be teaching. For me, I want you to do what is fastest out of the gates. And the fastest thing out of the gates is to reach out to your friend, send them a message, and ask them to come to an event or to ask them to take your tour. That is just the fastest way you're going to grow your business, period. The blog is more like the outer layer of your onion, so that now you're good at prospecting, right? You're setting one-on-one appointments, you're guiding them through, you've got that licked, right? You're winning at that game. Then you could start blogging around that. So like for me, when I was building my business and I was working hard at this, so during my time when I know I could phone people, then I would be phoning people. But then at night when I couldn't and I still wanted to do things on my business, if you're really hungry for this, that's when I blog, because I couldn't phone anybody. So I can't not work with clients anymore, but I still got another hour or two in the evening that I could do stuff. So guess what? I did. And that would be creating content. Okay. That's where your blogging fits in. Now, if you're someone that you just don't have that kind of time, well, then don't do blogging, right? Prospecting is number one. So let's get you to type that out. Blog, like prospecting number 1, blogging or content creation number 2, 3, or 4, something like that. It's down the line. Okay, so let's make sure that you guys all have that very clear. You won't give me a hard time if you said, but hey, you said I should blog. So if you'd like to start using a blog to boost your Shaklee business without the technical hassle and cost of designing, developing, and deploying a blog yourself, I'd like you to subscribe to My Freedom Blogs. Now, you can either upgrade a current plan with My Freedom Builder and get a blog automatically with what's called the Ultimate Plan, or Ultimate Bundle, I should say. Or you could just add it a la carte to your existing plan. I just wanted to give you kind of a visual of what a blog looks like, if I could, and that's my dashboard. So, and that's not the one either. It's this one over here. Okay, take a peek at that. So here's Bob's blog. Now, admittedly, we need to help Bob get a little more content going on there. Bob's a very busy man, but this is visually what your blog would look like. You'd have a featured post at the top, and then each post would arrive in chronological order. You can create categories. So the neat thing is this is something that we did with, for example, Phyllis Schneider, a key coordinator. All of her health chats that she was doing with her team, she created a category, and it was just called health chats. And all the recordings, she gave them to us, and my team, her virtual assistants, would go and put it all here. So all she had to do was do her normal recording, and our team did everything else for her. So, but she needed to have, of course, the blog in the first place to make that happen. Now you can see that in this case, so how is someone going to sign up for his blog? Well, they don't sign up for his blog. They sign up for his newsletter, right? They sign up for one of his lead capture websites. And that puts them on his email list so that when Bob sends out another weekly email, he can let them know, by the way, I've got a brand new blog post. So a blog is the only space that we offer or that you can have on the internet that is completely yours. And you get to do whatever you want on that blog. Unlike social or some other website that you're renting, that's rented property, and they can kick you off or go out of business or control what you say or don't say, not with a Freedom blog. So with our service, you'll have everything you need to start blogging and getting results quickly, which is what we want. Everything is mobile friendly right out of the box. Okay, your blog's going to help you build trust with prospects, capture and follow up with leads, and convert them to buyers and builders. So some of this kind of jargon I'm going to give you may not make sense to you, but you can build trust with prospects. As I said earlier, it's got a simple image editor. It's got a comments plugin, a sharing plugin, so it makes it easy for people to share your blog. Custom domain mapping, which don't worry about that. Analytics means you can just see who's doing what on your blog. It loads really fast, which is exactly what you want for today's users. They want stuff that loads fast. It's search engine friendly, so you can be found by the major search engines. You've got a recent and popular post blog module. And I'll just show you too how your blog also wires in. So I'm going to go to Bob's homepage, and then you'll see here on the blog. So I'm on blogs, or I'm on Bob's site. I'm going to cruise on down here, and there you go. You can see he's enabled the featured post module so that any of his blogs are right there. So it also integrates with your hub site. Okay. It's got we've designed it for you. You don't have to worry about any of this, the security stuff, all the maintenance and the plugins and the patches and all that yakety yak. You don't need to worry about all that. We handle it all. You know, a blog service, by the way, if you went and had another company manage your blog, starts off at about $200 to $250 a month for them to maintain your security, and and that's not writing or doing anything else. That's just making sure your blog doesn't get smoked by some Chinese robot algorithm, security hacker or whatever. So it comes out of the box ready to go with what you'd want to have as a blogger. You just got to create the content, which really for me is just do the writing, let someone else do the, pay someone else to do all the uploading. Now, the regular price to get your own business blog is $300 out of the box. And then it's $25 a month after that. But actually, you're going to save, if you get it before the 9th, you could save $200. You can start off your first month for just $100. And then if you're on one of our Freedom Builder plans, you actually pay less. You'd only pay $20 a month, or it's included in the ultimate bundle. Now, in tonight's class, I was able to explain why you'd want to consider using a blog to build your business. And I was able to give you a few tips on how to get started, but I wasn't able to explain how to put it all together. And that's going to take several classes. So to help you learn exactly how to unlock blogging and use it to expand your reach and connection, well, I'd like to invite you to join our Networkers University. And that's going to resume in early September, and take the Blogging Academy. Now, that's an archived course that we will do again when the time is right, but for now, you'll just utilize the archives. But here's what's so neat. If you join the Networkers University, not only will you have access to the Blogging Academy and our entire library of post classes, but also upcoming live classes. And this is what's coming next. This is our course plan for this fall semester. And number one is going to be building your network, and then we're going to be talking about prospecting that network. We will also be doing grand openings with Jennifer Glacken as our guest trainer, and then we will be doing the Leadership Academy at the end of the year. And you'll get all that for one low price in the Networkers University. So I'll just give you a quick overview of what's coming up this September. So in building your network, we're going to talk about the formula for becoming more likable, the credibility code, how to become unforgettable, icebreakers to start conversations, plus much more. And then we're going to talk about the law of profitability, the law of reciprocity, becoming a giver versus a taker as a method to help you improve your prospecting, plus more. And then the next session, week 3, we're going to talk about who you're looking for, the 4 color personalities, and how to utilize that for prospecting, the truth behind sponsoring numbers, avoiding conditional relationships, how to use social media to create curiosity, creating your Facebook friends list, and how to leverage that, something that I'm teaching everybody that I coach. Also warming up your list. Because by the way, most people are teaching you how to go out and post and whatnot on Facebook, but they're not teaching you kind of the 1, 2, 3 punch of how you can use Facebook at a very limited amount of time and actually see results very quickly. And I'm teaching that methodology. Warming up your list, plus much more. And then week 4, we're going to talk to you about how to reach out and invite. So once you've got the people on Facebook, once you've been messaging them, what do you do next? Dealing with questions, the no for now list, because most folks are not ready. So how to deal with those kind of people, how to get more yeses, plus much more. Now, there's some awesome bonuses. Joining the university comes with all kinds of good stuff. You're going to have unlimited access to the replay videos, as long as you're in the university, workbooks, the Facebook group, and then special pricing for related services like coaching that would support your learning. So what I often recommend, for example, you get a blog, then you take the Blogging Academy. Then what you do is you consider signing up for one-on-one coaching. So you have someone who just takes you and answers all your issues and helps you get the shortcut to success. And it really does give you quick ROI. You can see a return on your investment very fast with this training and strategy. You can, in some cases, see results the same day you start. So this course is for Shakti distributors at any rank. It's designed to ensure anyone at any level of expertise can learn and grow. You don't need to be a techno geek to be able to enjoy this course. We've taken the complex and made it simple for anyone to follow, and we made it in little bite-sized pieces. So who's it for? For beginners, for people who are intermediate, and of course, for experts. So the schedule, as you see here, is going to start September the 10th. So I'm looking forward to seeing you. And many of you are already on Networkers University. And by the way, you can get on the Freedom Builder, our basic bundle, and Networkers University is included. And Marianne, could you also give them the link to the My Freedom Builder pricing, so just go to myfreedombuilder.com/start, actually. And that's really our core offering. And for some of you maybe who are not even that familiar with Freedom Builder or Freedom Project or any of that kind of stuff, I'm going to give you guys this link to watch, this video. I made this for Master Coordinator, Senior Master Bob Ferguson, who, by the way, he earned the 20K in 2020, increased in rank since using YFP, and he credits much of his success to these kind of the structure YFP has been able to give his team, and we certainly thank him for that, and we love working with him. So normally you'd pay $300 to be on Networkers University, but if you enroll before the 9th, if you just wanted to take just this one program and add it to your existing subscription, you can save and join for just $100 and then $20 a month after that, or $40 a month if you're not on one of our paid plans. But the best deal, in my opinion, is you just get on the basic bundle. You'll only pay one onboarding, and then you also get Networkers University out of the box with that as well, if you don't have any Freedom Builder plan. So the truth is, building a Shaklee business is a project. And like any project, you need a plan, a guide, tools, and training. With YFP, you'll have all the resources that you need for your Freedom project. And if you're not ready for any sort of a plan, well, why not take a 30-day test drive of My Freedom Builder? It's our educational marketing system. And you can take a fully functional 30-day test drive by going to yourfreedomproject.com/start. Okay, you can view all of our products by going to yourfreedomproject.com/shop, or you could just click the little products link up at the top. I'd also like to invite you to join one of our upcoming events where you can get free business training or listen to our nutritional scientists and invite your clients to join you to one of these events as well. So you can also join our Facebook group and chat. Okay, you can stay updated in our YFP business group and connect with the community. You could submit a ticket. You could call us, book an appointment, or chat with an alpha on Facebook. And to get support, you can just go to yourfreedomproject.com/help. So thanks again for attending. I hopefully that you guys feel empowered to start using blogging for your business.